Hello guys, welcome to this video, and yes, I have got a big light saying Mr. O. So we had a few celebrations last night here in the gym. Thought I'd make the most of this sign before it goes. But we are 4 weeks post-Olympia. It was kind of a celebration with close friends, family, and even some of the RT Fit community who made the effort to come down. So yeah, it was pretty sick actually. Something I didn't expect, and I was actually organising something myself later on in a couple of months. So this is something I did not expect, but you'll have to wait and see the footage. It should be out around about in the next week or two. But yeah, very overwhelmed. The support was unbelievable. I feel horrendous because we had 45 pizzas delivered to the gym last night, would you believe? And I had a fair few last night, and dare say I've had it for breakfast this morning as well. But we've had a lot of cake as well. Oreo cake, salted caramel cake, strawberry cake, chocolate cake, muffins, fairy cakes, a lot of food anyway. So why we are doing this video, I'm gonna give you a recap of what I used to look like, because I definitely don't look like it now when I'm 20 pounds over stage weight. But it's just giving you a recap of what's to come, where I'm at thoughts-wise, and a few shots of the Olympia, some unseen footage, which I thought was really cool. So people haven't seen this yet. This is coming straight off the SD card, straight onto this video. But in the meantime, I'm also going to show you what's going off in the world of Gymshark. Obviously, it's November. Everybody knows Black Friday is going to be hitting. 16th of November, so put it in your diary, is the Gymshark sale. And everybody knows Gymshark only do 2 sales a year, summer sale and the Black Friday sale. And this is where you can get up to 50% off store-wide. So it's a pretty mega sale. And whatever you want to get, now's the time to get it, because this is going to be the cheapest. This is one of my favourite looks at the minute. Hey-o. This is the Power Collection, something I've raved about for quite some time. The Power Collection came out a fair few years ago. I'd say probably like 2018, and they've just evolved it. The quality's got better and better, but the style is still that old bodybuilding kind of baggy fit. Nice and light, but feels quality. So I would recommend that. This is why I'm wearing it first. But let's dive into where we're at. Like I say, 4 weeks post-Olympia, and we are 220 pounds presently. My stage weight is 202, so we're 18 pounds over stage weight, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. So let's get into this video.
By the way, did you see you had a few pizzas?
I had a few pizzas, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, we had 45 pizzas to get through, and by the time the food turned up, I don't think there was 45 people left. I'm somebody as well, we don't waste food. We don't waste anything in my family from where we came from. So yeah, I was panicking to the point where I couldn't switch off, and I was making sure, I don't mind wasting money at sometimes or whatever, but when it comes to food, you do not waste food. So I was making sure every crumb was eaten of 45 pizzas. Fair play to Josh, I'm gonna give it to Josh. He had, was it 2 full pizzas and 2 slabs of cake, and I mean slabs. He must have consumed easily 10, 12,000 calories last night. He looked a bit worse for wear when he was leaving, but the thing with Josh, he's gone into heavyweights now, and he's on this mission to get to a certain weight, and he is looking very beastly, I must give it to him. But I think he started panicking because men's bikinis started catching him up. The last few weeks I've kind of been traveling, a lot of things going on. I've not really focused too much on putting the food in and trying to rebound. I've just been eating clean, but just as and when I need it. Whereas he's been very structured from the day he's got off, and he's piling it on in a good way. Because I've weighed in at 218 or 219, he's 225 now. He's already made it a competition, like, so he's off. So at any given time, he's forcing that food in. So I wound him up this morning, sent a video of me eating cold pizza at 5 o'clock this morning. But yeah, all good. So let's talk about the Olympia prep and where my head was at, mindset at, throughout the 16 weeks, and then going on into peak week at Las Vegas. So we started 16 weeks out. I was in a good place, doing what I normally do. A few things happened. Again, everybody knows this, so we're not going to go keep repeating it and talk about it anymore. But as a brief overhaul, a lot of shots were fired at me this year, which has never happened to me before. And I was going into realms where I've trying to deal with things. I know it sounds a bit dramatic talking about somebody saying some words on social media, but it definitely sparked something in me because it's not something I'm used to. And I've always talked about my drive is from, I would say, a negative standpoint, but from proving people wrong, people writing me off or saying things about me. And obviously where this hype was coming from, the person, the athlete, has a nation behind him, and those people are very, very opinionated, shall we say, on social media. So I was getting a lot of hate and a lot of stick, shall we say. But it actually put me into a place where it kickstarted me and fired me up to prove not only him, but his followers wrong. And I went into overdrive. And there's a plus and a negative to that. One, I unlocked another level, which I never thought I had. So I was quite impressed with that. My determination, my focus, my drive, my consistency, even the routine never faltered. It's the first prep I've never had anything off plan or off prep or meals mixed up. It was all so regimented, and that was down to the situation I was put in. But then on the flip side of it was the first time I obsessed over someone and gave somebody my energy. Every other prep has been enjoyable, it's fit around my family, it served me in a nice purpose. Although it's hard, prep is hard, this one was different, and it affected my family and people around me because I was just stone cold killer type of guy, and I just couldn't switch off. The sleep deprivation normally happens 4 weeks out, started happening 6, 7, 8 weeks out, which means the family's gonna see me looking a bit, bit disheveled, bit of a walking skeleton. Yeah, it's not fair for me to have done that. So it was a bit of a, it was a stupid thing for me to do that. So like I say, gave him my energy, and I was training 3 times a day, cut all my carbs out. I was just obsessed, I couldn't switch off. Every time I went to sleep, my body wouldn't rest because I was thinking that I wanted to take this guy's head off. And I wanted to win so badly, to a point where 6 weeks out, my body was starting to shut down. And I've never experienced that before. In all of my bodybuilding career, I've never experienced where the body's starting to resist what I was doing. And instead of listening to it, I was fighting it. So I was cutting carbs out more, I was increasing my expenditure more, doing more cardio sessions. And yeah, if I'd have carried on that way, I wouldn't have won the Olympia because I'd have ran my body into the ground. So it was only 3 weeks out when I left the UK, left my routine, what I'd got into and familiarised myself with and got used to, took myself out of that and got into a very solid environment. And what I mean by that, not that my family wasn't a solid environment, this was purely bodybuilding mindset. All the lads who were in that circle of mine were all got their own aspirations, all got their own goals, all positive thinking, and I just surrounded myself with that, and I realised, what am I doing? And I think it just needed a change of location for me to switch back to what I do best. And I shrugged it off, re-fed up, restarted again, and it was I'd say perfect last 3 weeks into prep. We will go into more detail from now to the Olympia, which is 3 weeks time, but I want to cut in and talk about this bad boy. So this isn't a plug for Black Friday, but it is. This is Gymshark. This is one of the ranges I wore quite a lot when we were out there. So we've got the pumper pants, which again are pretty sick. These are the straight-legged ones. I'm used to stuff what tapers in. So at first I was thinking of like MC Hammer pants, but we did get used to them, and I actually really, really like these now. I think they look class. So we've got the pumper pants mixed with the varsity mesh t-shirt with a stringer underneath. I think, yeah, it's quite a nice fit. Like I say, I wear baggy stuff. I'm not somebody who wears really tight clothes or wear vests and stuff like that. So this was a bit of me, especially when you're dieting and you're in that mood where you just want to get in, train. You're not bothered about looking at yourself. You just want to be, everything drapes in off you. In Vegas, obviously hot. We had the mesh, which helped out quite a lot with sweating. But yeah,
Size, yeah?
Size massive. So,
I want to know the size on that.
yeah, so to be fair, it all depends. Gymshark have like a different range of stuff, but I'm between a large and a medium with these pumper pants because the mediums are still massive. It depends how you want them to fit. These are actually a medium, but they look a lot bigger, don't they? So medium in the pumper pants, XL in the oversized stuff. If anything's like a muscle fit, I'll always go double XL because it still fits you, but it's just a bit more looser. Bit more looser, can you say that? But yeah, if you want to check any of this stuff out, like I say, this is a week warning. Next weekend, 19th of November, is when the sale goes live. And don't forget to support your boy, Ryan10 at checkout, and that gives you an additional 10% off the already discounted sale price. Okay, 3 weeks out, obviously went over to New York, had an awesome team with me. So Johnny, everybody knows Johnny, he's worked with me for over 10 years, been to every Olympia near enough with me, and having him on hand, Johnny Hands, having him on hand to do my soft tissue, deep tissue, any injuries occurring, he was there to eradicate them straight away, which was priceless. Obviously we got ads out, first time traveling, well, we traveled a lot all year, but first time traveling in a prep for the Olympia. 1 vlog a day, which was absolutely insane, and all you guys have been raving about that, so put some pressure on to do more of that in the future. And then we had Josh, who was competing as well, who is probably the most positive person you'll ever meet. So when I talk about environment, and it's something I really, really, really do talk about a lot now. I've done a couple of seminars since the Olympia, and all about environment. I never understood that, but having those people around me, it just put me in such a confident, relaxed state, and my body reacted to that as well. So mindset was key all the way in to peak week, and obviously backstage, and this is where we're at now. We're going to go straight into backstage, and it was the most confident I've ever felt. I'm not typically or naturally a confident person, so for me to say that is a huge bonus for me, shall we say, because I could just immerse myself in the Olympia and being backstage and keeping calm and collected. And I do think that was one, because of the environment I was in, and two, I'd done all the work physically possible. And there was just a switch this year where I think winning 2 titles before has already reassured me that I can win on any given day. And the people I was going up against, I knew I'd beat in previous years, and I had a set goal that I wanted this year. And we have talked about it, we are going to do a separate video about it, but it was about the way I won this year. So I think because of the confidence I had and how relaxed I was, and something we're going to talk a lot about is manifestation. And I played out a certain role 16 weeks out from the Olympia, and I focused, I obsessed on it nearly enough every day of how I wanted the Olympia to look and be, and it actually worked down to a T. And it's something we are going to cover because it definitely deserves its own video. Yeah, backstage, calm, collected. I even had my meditation music on. And bear in mind, I've not slept for 16 weeks. I was even in and out of consciousness, sleeping on the floor backstage, and that's how calm and collected I was. And that says a lot for me, because that is the polar opposite. You say that to any of my friends and family, they would have said that's not Ryan Terry. And it was just because I had that 100% belief in myself, and the team around me, everybody was just nice, calm, collected, and stepping on stage. And I just remember that feeling. 72 guys were on stage this year. 71 were all lined up, ready to go on stage, all pumped up. And typically at this stage, this is where my arse falls out. Because I see these guys all glazed up, all looking absolutely shredded. You're looking at the best in the world, and you start to think, what am I doing stood next to these guys? And these thoughts do play in. But this time around I can't even remember seeing anybody, because I was so laser focused about being on stage and the job I had to do. And then stepping on stage, I obviously had my own music, which was quite cool. Yeah, that feeling of stepping on, I get shivers now even thinking about it, because, and this is what I chase. And when people say, why'd you do it? This feeling now, what I'm talking about, I get so buzzed about as I step on stage. The person I turn into, again, I wish I was him more often, but he's just confident, he's ready for battle, he knows what he's done, he knows the work he's put in, and he's there to showcase it and get that first place. And that's how I felt walking into to the first call out, when they call my name out and they starts pulling me down the line and they puts me dead center against Brandon Ali. Bear in mind, this is something I visualized down to a T, even to the point where I walked past Ali, don't ask why, but all these things came to fruition, stood in that centre spot, and we went to work.
That guy you talked about being confident, is that him?
Oh, this guy? What, this guy? What was his gold medal?
Are you...
Uncanny resemblance.
Did you purposely plan to match your top with the
Hey, just so you know, these will be being released soon in the next couple of months. These are the Gymshark shorts that myself and Gymshark spent a lot of time on, nearly a year on, but these will be being released soon. We had a little bit of a soft launch at the Olympia, but they will be coming out very soon. Talking about Gymshark, let's go on to this attire. Again, I could have showed you a different collection or a different range, but this is a bit of me at the minute, so I'm just going to show you a different colour range. And you know when I talked about the pumper pants like going in tight? These are like the original ones. I still think I do prefer these for when I train, just because I'm a bit more mobile, whereas the baggier ones I chafe a bit sometimes. But blue collection, I always wear a white ribbed vest, or a wife beater vest they call them.
Cool.
Again, cut. Not that I've ever hit my wife. Cut. Suki, do not cut that. Beyond the stage, that's not going on. But yeah, like I say, we're not good at this, are we? I'm not an influencer. I'm a bodybuilder, guys. I'm not an influencer. But if you want to support a bodybuilder / wannabe influencer, Ryan 10, 19th of November, make sure you put that in the diary. It's the Gymshark Black Friday sale. We're on stage and we are fighting for that first place. The one thing I was so shocked about, but this is what I visualized, and I was absolutely buzzing that it came to life, was the fact that when I was put in the center, I was never moved. And what I visualized from day one, 16 weeks out, was being put in the center, we're having an odd number, and all those guys fighting for second place onwards. I wanted to be undeniable, and that's what I kept putting in all my captions, hashtag be undeniable. And that was me basically cementing my legacy, because I kept calling it the legacy prep. It was just a way for me to separate from the pack, and really any bodybuilder, that's like the platinum situation scenario they want, to be classed as first place, like everyone else fights second onwards. And that's exactly what happened, and it was an unbelievable moment, one of the best moments of my career. It was just insane. Like coming backstage after that feeling, where I got a bit of a standing ovation from all the production team backstage, the tanning girls, and everybody was just so happy for me. And I'd not even won it at that stage. We'd still not done finals with it, but you kind of knew I'd won it because I was dead centre from the offset. Although I was trying to not celebrate, I couldn't not, because in my head I was like, there's no chance, you've just won your third Olympia title, undeniably, against all of the hype what's been going off, all of the smack talk, all the people trying to throw shade and trying to steer you off ship or off course. And we did it, and it was just this, yeah, momentous feeling, amazing feeling. And then obviously went on to finals that evening, cemented the win, and it was just incredible. And it really felt this time around that, I don't know, it felt like you were in a different, I won't say a different league because that sounds really big-headed, but it just felt like you've made it. Even though I've had a very successful career and I'm very grateful for the steps I've had in my career, it felt like you're there, like you're on that ledge and you've done it now. So I don't know what that means, but it has had a real knock-on effect since the Olympia. My social media's gone crazy for one. I've had a lot of opportunities come up, which again, I've been in the industry a long time. I thought at that time of my career was not done, but it wasn't as present because you've got all the new young talent coming through. So to have all these opportunities, to have all these travel appearances, it's just been incredible, if I'm honest, and a lot to take in, especially because I've got used to that dad life, not as much travel type of life, and just, yeah, starting to think about what's next. Whereas now it feels like, what's next? In a different way. And it's exciting. It's a bit overwhelming, and this week, we're back in RT Fit, back into the swing of things, and I think this has kind of grounded me a little bit because the last 3 weeks has just been go, 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 go. Dubai, appearances here, there and everywhere. I've got a lot of travel coming up. We've got India, China, Dubai still before Christmas, but it's exciting. The family's going to be involved in it as well, which for me is key, and then we will see what happens next year. But already we have started for the 2026 Olympia. So yeah, first week back, full training, food's going in, obviously the weight's up to where we roughly want to be at this stage. I'm going to probably hold this for the next few weeks. We're going to get my blood work done, start the health phase properly, and then January is where we'll really start to ramp up and get focused for the 2026 Olympia.
Are we knocking the pizzas on the head?
In a week or two. No, to be fair, yes, I had that, but I have been eating really clean, and it's something we will talk about in another video because I've got something very exciting in that department, but we're not talking about it just yet. Why don't we talk about this fit? And let's end the video here on this fit. So this is what I wore. I don't know if you've seen it, but this is what I wore at the Olympia for my athlete meeting, that sort of thing, and for tanning. So loose, really baggy again. Quite a nice fit, but really airy. Perfect for tanning, perfect, you know, for stuff that's not sticking to you heavy, and you want something that's quite breathable and loose. So you could wear this any day, every day. You could wear it for training. I typically would wear this for my tanning and for my peak week type of fit, which I did do. Don't know if it's been released yet, so this could be completely irrelevant. And this is where my influencer slash bodybuilder mentality comes in, but I wanted to show it off. I wanted to showcase it because I do think Gymshark excelled in this fit. Obviously the shorter hoodie slash jacket with the longer 3/4 top, I think is absolutely class. And obviously slightly Olympia colours with the red and black. But if you can get this, it could be one of these, what you could have had, but if you can get this, I would definitely recommend it. If you can't, tough shit.
It's called cropped, not shorter hoodie.
All right, cropped.
Term for you.
All right, it's a cropped. Yeah, but is it a hoodie though when it's got a zip? Obviously it's got a hood. It's got a hood, but right, it's a zipped hoodie. A cropped zipped hoodie. Right, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Just a bit of fun, but obviously showcasing where my head's at, where we're at. And Ads is going to pull his finger out, and we're going to do some more filming from next week. No, it's me. It's me. It's not Ads, it's me. But we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching this. Bye bye.